Here.
John Stroud.
Here?
Lisa Onan.
Here.
Tim Skinner.
Here.
Alan Taylor.
Here. You should have received the minutes of our January 23rd meeting, and I will accept a motion to approve those as submitted to you.
So moved. Oh, sorry.
I think it was Lisa this time.
Lisa beat you. John made a
I'll
second.
second it.
Any question? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Motion's approved unanimously. Under old business, 405 Fagan Street.
Do we-
Okay. Well, Mr. Chairman, as the board may know, that 405 Fagan Street was cited for demolition, or actually a condemnation, and decided to be demolished. Given 6 months to do so, it was not done. The property was inspected this afternoon, and is still standing. There is a little further deterioration on the roof, in the back shed-style portion roof. But other than that, the house is still standing.
Do we have representation from the property owner here?
Ms. Turner's here.
Pardon?
Ms. Turner's here.
Yes.
Up here.
Would you please state your name and address for us?
Got signed in.
Yes.
Would you state your name and address, please?
Deborah Turner, 807 Apartment B, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Avenue.
Okay, thank you. Do you have a statement pertaining to the reason the demolition has not occurred? I mean,
I haven't got all the money to get it tore down yet.
you know, we extended
Yeah, I know you did.
6
yes.
months the
Mhm.
situation, and my problem as a board of enforcement is that making exceptions creates precedents for further actions or non-actions for others.
Mhm.
So, other than just the fact you don't have the money, is that
Not
the
all
only
of it.
reason it's been, hasn't been completed? And
I don't have all
no contractor would work with you on meeting that deadline and spreading your payments to him in any way? Did you make that approach or attempt?
And I'm aware.
Okay.
And what little bit I have, I mean, a place over, a place for me to stay and everything too. I couldn't afford it. Just to have the money all at one time.
Mr. Chairman? can I-
Yeah.
Ms. Turner, have you checked with the city as far as Ms. Kelsey? I do know in the past that they have, the city has actually taken things down. That's a little bit more expensive than if you get a private company to come in and do it. They're gonna charge you what it costs to tear it down plus like 25%, or whatever it is. But then they will allow you to set up a payment schedule, or I assume they still do that if you work with them.
I would think that Don would agree to a payment plan, but we would also have to do now an asbestos inspection. Ms. Turner wouldn't, but we would, and that's been adding anywhere to $4,000 or $5,000 to the demolition if the city does it.
Okay, there you go.
But Ms. Turner would be exempt from that requirement.
Right. It's,
So it could potentially be a lot more if the city has to do it.
But at this point, Ms. Kelsey, we communicated earlier, the city is requesting an order from the board to allow the city to get bids to demolish the house It is a bit of a process, so she would still have some time to do it if the city, if she were to get on it and get to it before the city was able to do it. But we are asking for the appeal that she filed to be denied and to have an order of the board to permit the city to move forward with getting quotes for the demolition of the house, the structures.
Typically, so Ms. Turner will know, what is the time frame as far as when this board gives the order to do something like that, you've got to go out for bids. Bids, you have so long to take them in and then review them, and the asbestos has to be settled.
About 30 to 45 days.
It's about a month, yeah.
Okay, so if it's done and on the ground and cleaned before that time period, then Ms. Turner wouldn't be charged anything. Is that a correct statement?
Well,
By the city,
By the city? Right, yeah, by the city, that's right, okay.
unless a fine is assessed by the board.
if we had to do the asbestos certification, would we charge that to her even if
Yes.
she took the house down at that point?
Yes.
We have
If you
another-
have to do the survey, then yes, that
Yeah,
would
if we,
be-
whatever costs we would incur previous to that would get charged to her still.
And that would be assigned, again, Ms. Turner can be against the lien. against the
A lien.
property.
That's right, we'd file a code enforcement lien against the property.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we
So
have-
she's aware that that would be a lien against the property, so that if the property is sold, then the lien would have to be satisfied first.
Correct.
Her demolition permit is still good, right?
After 6 months,
Okay, I can I get another
It's been-
one?
we can give an
It's
extension.
been more than 6 months since we've been here.
We can give an extension if it's a deal too.
Okay.
Ms. Turner, could you yield the podium to this gentleman? Please
Oh,
state your
sure.
name, your address, please.
My name is Heath Green, 6650 North Trick Harbor, Henderson, Kentucky.
Okay?
I don't know this lady, but I heard she needed some help tearing the house down. And I was knowing if we were willing to help her, maybe she'd make payments to us to get it down for her and do it.
Ms. Turner, did you hear this gentleman?
Sir, I did.
Please speak to her so she can hear what you just said.
I said, I'm willing to help you get the house down and tear it down if you want to make payments to us, so you don't have to do this. I heard you needed help, so I was going to offer our services. You know,
Can I
if,
get with you?
yeah, I mean, I didn't know if it's something me and her could talk about.
Ms.
There you go.
Turner, this
That-
gentleman is Heath Green. He does own a construction company or a demolition company. He's on the city's bidders list.
Mr. Green, I have a question.
Yes, sir.
When could you, I think it's going to rain 3 days
Yeah.
this week, but beyond that, what in your mind, what's
I
your
mean-
time frame?
We could get it done in the next 30 days. We can get on it. But the asbestos, I know that, we could take it off and take it to Owensboro. I think it's about $65 a ton to take it off.
Then we have to.
We've done some of that. So, I mean, if you grant her that where we could take it down and do that, maybe save the city,
I don't think we're at the point where we can grant her more time. We're here we're going to deny what we've got, and then if y'all get it done between now and then, that's fine.
Yeah, because we can't enter
fine.
into an agreement between you two, but you and her could agree.
Right.
And you could proceed,
right.
and but we have to proceed by the ordinances we're bound by
I understand.
to make the condemnation and proceed with that. But if you can do it within 30 days, then that would beat, obviously,
Right.
what the city's performance has been stated. So,
Chairman,
yes.
can we make sure that Ms. Turner knows, because she's been talking to me about another issue, and I'm not sure that she heard everything that's been said. She was questioning the asbestos.
Okay.
I was trying to explain that.
Okay. Well, according to what I understand, the asbestos is not an issue if you privately use
Correct.
a contractor to do that, but if it goes to the city for demolition, then the asbestos issue has to be dealt with, which is an additional $4,000, $5,000, $6,000. So time is really, really critical. you know, we've already been 6 months down the road here. And I want to be fair, but I've got an obligation, this board has an obligation. So with that information, my question to the board is, should we go ahead and foreclose take action on the property? And if they can get together and hopefully get this thing underway and beat the 30 days, then it'll save her some money and the project will be accomplished as we're needing it to be accomplished.
So are we moving to deny would we be moving to deny the appeal and move forward with
Yes,
condemnation?
yes. Yes, and I'm entertaining a motion to move forward with condemnation, basically.
Prior to the motion, can I clarify
Sure.
something that the gentleman said? You mentioned that the asbestos would not be a problem if the city took it down, correct? That-
Will be.
No, it will be.
All right,
Yes.
okay. But if you take it down, it's still gonna be a problem because you still gotta get rid of it.
Well, you gotta,
Yeah.
contain it and then wrap
Yeah.
it up, but you can take it to Owensboro and dump it there, but it costs more, but that's where it would go. You
But
gotta
It's not
wrap it up
anywhere
in
near
plastic
6,000.
and tape it.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, okay.
But yeah, but they don't have to do the inspections.
Right.
and things
Or the
like this.
abatement.
Yeah, or the abatement. It's
Have
not
to do the
nearly as severe.
abatement.
Okay.
Yeah, that's.
It'd be a win-win for everybody.
Have you given her a quote or?
I just heard about this yesterday.
Okay.
I just came to the meeting to just see if there's an option.
Well, I'm glad you're here
Yes.
and I'm glad you come forward. And I hope you two can agree
Yes.
on this, but as this board sits, we're going to go ahead and process the condemnation, as I'm assuming the board's going to vote to do that, and we're going to ask for a motion to do that.
Well, again, Mr. Chairman, we're looking for a motion to deny the appeal
Deny the appeal.
and in order to set in motion the city's ability to get quotes on the demolition.
Could I have a motion?
What he said.
Okay. In lawyer speak, you're saying what he said, okay. All right. Do I have a second?
A second.
Lisa has a second. Any more discussion or question? Everybody understand what we're doing, why we're
Any
doing?
questions where we're going?
Did the motion include anything on whether or not a fine was going to be assessed?
I think I'm going to deal with that in a separate motion, if that's proper. Chris?
That is. That's fine.
Okay, I'm going to deal with that next.
Okay.
Any other question about the motion? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Aye.
It's unanimous. Now I would entertain a motion from this board to, what's the proper term, Chris?
Whether to assess a fine or penalty under. the
Yeah, but
violation.
we have a term for that, don't we?
You can either assess it or vacate it.
Vacate, okay. Vacate the fines that have been accrued to this point against this property. Do I have a motion from the board, or is that the pleasure of the board to do
I
that?
make that motion.
All right.
What, the motion is to what?
To vacate the
Vacate
fine.
the
Abate the fine.
Abate, that's the term.
Yeah.
The fines that have accumulated to this day. We're making every effort we can to help, but at the same time, do the job we've been given to do. Okay? Any question about that? You did second it, Bill, right?
Yes.
Okay. Any question about the motion? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Aye. That is unanimous. You got what you needed?
Yes.
Okay.
I just wanted to make sure that part got addressed.
Has the city got what they need from us?
I think so.
Okay, very good. Is there any other old business from anyone? Okay. Code enforcement reports.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, we have 5 citations that have been withdrawn this month and past month, and then 11 that were uncontested. And that's it.
All right. Now the weeds are gonna start growing.
Yes, they will. Very quickly.
My yard's gonna have to be mowed in 2 weeks, darn it.
Unless they blow away today.
Yeah. Any other business to come before this board? If there is no other business, this meeting stands adjourned. Thank you.
That was easy.